Okay. So, my last reading vlog didn't go very well. Like, I didn't include any good B-roll, and I didn't really like the book that I mostly read for it. So, I was like, well, let's try again. Really? Why not? Okay. So, I am, it is Sunday, May the 22nd. So it's kind of in the evening. And so I think I'll just vlog like this work week. It's the last week of school. So, it's a lot of like, it's the work that I'm doing is like finishing up stuff, right? Not starting anything new. And then also, like we have graduations to do at the end of the week. So I'll have some of that in there, I guess. So the stuff I'm doing is more like physical stuff, because I'll be like packing things up, as opposed to like the kind of mental work of like pushing through like academic stuff with my students. So as far as reading goes, I've already started the book that I'm focusing on this week. I started reading it Friday, Friday. And it is, and this is just the jacket. I have the actual book, but I always take the jackets off. But if I show you like the naked book, then it doesn't, it's not the same. But I'm focusing this week on The Heart Principle by Helen Wong. It's part of my, you know, book of the month books. But after reading Manhunt, I really wanted something that was, I don't know, like a romance, like that was not bloody, gory, tragic. Not saying that romance can't be tragic. I mean, there are definitely like ups and downs in these romances, especially when you're reading something from Helen Wong. She does not shy away from, you know, topics that are kind of hard to deal with or think about or whatever, maybe triggering. But it's handled in a different way. And for me, Helen Wong is like an auto-buy, like she's an auto-buy author. So if she publishes something, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get to it. Like I might not get to it immediately, but I'll definitely get to it because I really get along with her writing and I really trust her creative, you know, process. So that's what's going on with that. I've actually gotten through the first 20% of this book. So let me talk about The Heart Principle. So The Heart Principle focuses on, it's like the third in this, I don't know if I want to call it a series. You should read them in order, but you don't, they're kind of more companion-y than like, here's this and this and this. Because, you know, it's all character-driven romance. But it's the third of the set in this world with these characters. And it follows Quan, who is, if you read The Kiss Quotient, Quan is the cousin. And he, you see him in The Kiss Quotient, you see him in The Bride Test. Well, then this is focused on him. So this is a story of Quan and Anna. And Quan has been dealing with some issues, like if you've read the other books, you kind of get a feel for him. He's like sort of like the cousin who is on the surface, appearance-wise, he's kind of wild looking. He's got tattoos and he shaves his head and he drives a motorcycle. But really, truly, he's like one of those people you can count on. He's really loyal. And he goes through something prior to the start of this book. And so he's kind of off the market. Like he's stopped dating. So this is about him getting back into that, right? Like if he's ready for that change. Anna is a new character in this world. And Anna is a young woman who rose to fame on like a viral video. She's a musician and she gets famous in a viral video and she's sort of dealing with the fallout from that, like good and bad, right? And sort of trying to get herself together and move on. Like, what do you do next? Like, what's going on next? She's also, as far as her relationship goes, she's been in a long-term relationship with a guy, and then he kind of turns on her and was like, listen, I kind of want to try other things, and that could mean other people. And so she is like, okay. And you know, he underestimates her. Like, she realizes that, like, immediately he's underestimating her in what he's talking about in that conversation. And so her goal is to go out and, like, try things, like throw caution to the wind and try things. And one of the things she wants to try is, like, have some one night stands or whatever. And you know, like, you know, because he's underestimating her and what's going on with that. So I'm about 20% in. I've gotten a little bit of backstory on both of them, and then they've met. And I'm not very far into that. So it's still sort of like they've met, they're kind of attracted to each other, but, like, they're also trying to be chill about it because, you know, they want to scare the other one off or whatever. So, yeah. I'm liking it so far. Like, the writing, like, seriously, I can just sit down and, like, read a few chapters of it. And the chapters kind of jump between the different, like, her and him. So one will be, like, more her perspective and what's going on with her. And then another chapter will be, like, centered around him and what's going on with him. So you get a little glimpse into both their lives. Yeah, so loving that. I'm planning on bringing my camera, or at least doing footage on my phone a little bit, just to kind of have some more stuff, not just me talking about books. Because the last vlog I did, I just was like, whatever, I'm just going to talk about the books. And then when I was editing it, I was like, like, some of the fun things in vlogs is, like, seeing other things. Anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. So I will see you guys in the next clip. Hey, so I brought my cam with me to work, and then I didn't film anything at work. So here I am in the car. I stopped at a Starbucks to get some afternoon coffee. And a snack. Because it's like 3 something. It's like 3:30, and I need a snack before I actually eat, you know, to make it to dinner, I guess. So, I did bring the Heart Principle with me, to do some reading, like, during lunch or whatever, but then I didn't. I only get 30 minutes for lunch, because, you know, teachers, and it's like the fastest 30 minutes of the entire day. So I didn't even crack the book. But last night I read some more. And so I'm about a third of the way in, and I really, like I've mentioned it before, I'm really getting along with it. One of the things that Helen Wong does really well is, I'm in a parking lot, is she balances the POVs for the main characters. So, like, the male love interest and the female love interest, she balances their POVs really well, so that I don't feel like I'm being urged to connect more with one than the other necessarily. And where I'm at, there's been some steaminess, but not all the way, I guess you would say. And I think that has really, like, ratcheted up the overall, like, romantic vibes of the book. And so I'm digging that, because there's still a bit of this, like, angsty, yearning mood going on. So I'm going to continue to drink this coffee. This is a vanilla sweet cream cold brew. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna continue drinking this coffee. Maybe it'll perk me up a little bit, and then and head home. I think I'm just gonna pick up some, like, you know, fried chicken or something for dinner, because I don't think anybody wants to cook. Monday, right? It's feeling very Monday. Work was a bit crazy, I guess. The first half of the day generally is okay, but then from lunch to the afternoon, we're in that, you know, it's the last Monday of the school year, so we're doing like finals, and kids are scrambling to get the last of their assignments turned in or whatever. And, you know, that's cool, whatever. But then there's like others, I think, that show up just to start things, trouble. I don't know. I really don't know. So it gets stressful and kind of hectic. Like my afternoon classes were good and, you know, good-ish, but they're just kind of loud. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna head home, pick up some food. I will most assuredly like take a long hot shower and put on some comfy PJs and curl up with my book. My goal basically each day is to read at least 30 pages-ish, 30 or so pages. If I can read a little more than that, that would be great. I do have like a video that I want to like edit, so I might do that. I don't know. I love my morning coffee, but the afternoon coffee, it hits different. So anyway, okay, I'm going to stop this clip here, and I may or may not check in when I get home. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I feel when I get there. Hey, so it's Tuesday morning. I'm on my way to work, so pardon the driving. So yesterday I had these grand plans to go home and have food and go oh, I'm shaking a little bit. To go home, have food, and read some more of The Heart Principle. And guess what I did? Yeah, your girl, clown face, left the book on my desk at work. I got home and got in my bag and was like, oh crap, I forgot my book. So I didn't get to read any of The Heart Principle last night. And then this morning, when I was pouring my coffee, I drink cold coffee, so the little fridge jug thing that I keep the coffee in, I started to drop it, and when I went to catch it, I popped off one of my nails, and it flew off. I don't know where it went, because if I pop off a nail early enough in the set, I can just find it and glue it back on. No, I couldn't. Who knows where it went? So yeah, I have to just be naked a nail, and I was always like, dang it, what am I gonna do? Because like generally it's like fine, whatever, and I kind of knew when I was putting them on that I'd probably screw them up this week, because I will be loading things into my car and packing things up in my classroom and whatever, and so yeah, I don't know, I might have to like pop them off and redo them tomorrow, or get a new one, paint it real quick, and fill it in on that hand, on that finger, on that one hand, because all the rest of them are fine. Whatever, I don't know. So in the past, I haven't been able to film a clip in the car because it's in the morning, because it's dark. But hey, even with it being cloudy and kind of like it's starting to sprinkle, you can still see me. So okay, so earlier today I was talking about coming home and catching up on some reading. I am in the midst of like catching up on some reading, but like this afternoon when I got home and I saw like the news coverage of the school shooting in Uvalde, I just was like, you know, it's really hard, and it's really hard when you're like a teacher. So I took a nap, which I still have like sleep face. I took a nap, and then I got up and I ate and whatever, but I feel like after the nap, I feel a little, you know, centered, a little more centered, a little better. So I'm reading a little bit. I don't think that I will catch up to where I was like trying to keep my pace for this week. But, you know, I'm, you know, working on it. So I'll read a bit. Since I took that nap, I probably won't go to sleep terribly early. So, yeah, there's that. And tomorrow, I have to go to a graduation practice because I'm one of the, you know, I'm a teacher. So I'm going to like assist with the graduation and be like a, what is it, a row monitor. So we have practice tomorrow, and then we have actual graduation on Thursday evening. I spent a lot of time today in my classroom. Like, I had my book on my desk because I forgot it, but I didn't actually do any reading. I just was spending my time packing up stuff, taking stuff down off the walls and packing up stuff to put in storage, because it's one of the things is like you're supposed to like take everything down and, you know, like clean up so that they can do a real thorough cleaning and do paint touch-ups if that's what's ordered. And then, you know, it also makes it easy if they move you to a different room, which happens, I think, frequently on this campus. So anyway, I just wanted to check in. I was just kind of feeling kind of down. But I'm going to spend some time reading for the rest of this evening, and then we'll see how the rest of the week is going to be busy. I don't know how much reading I'm going to get done in the next couple of days because of all the, you know, stuff going on, all the graduation festivities. So anyway, okay, I just wanted to check in, and I will see you guys probably in a clip tomorrow. So, I haven't filmed like a reading update for this vlog in a week or more. I don't know. So, as you can see from some of the previous clips that I'll have in before this one, it was really busy with all the graduations and finishing the school year and all that. So, like, I kind of wasn't reading a whole lot, and I was also not filming clips, because if I wasn't getting the reading done, then I don't know that there was much to say. So anyway, I am still reading The Heart Principle. I've read a little bit here and there. When I sit down to read, I can get through like a few chapters like without any problem. I'm probably like 60% done with it. I anticipate reading a chunk of it today. Today is June 1st, by the way. And getting farther into it, maybe finishing it. I don't know, because I have some remote work to do today. So we'll see what my schedule looks like. But I wanted to talk about what I've read so far. So I really get along well with Helen Wong's writing style. Since this is number 3 in sort of a companion series, she didn't really have to work very hard to get us to know the male protagonist Quan, because we had seen him in the 2 previous books and because the second book of the companion series deals with his brother, so he appears in there, and then the first of these companion series deals with like his cousin / best friend. So I came into this book with a taste for him. What I think Helen Wong did a really good job with is helping the reader really get to know Anna, who is the female protagonist of the romance. And Anna is a complex character. She is dealing with like sort of this transition in her life where she has, and it's interesting because it deals with like internet fame, right? And imposter syndrome, but also some of her own issues, like, you know, getting a diagnosis and things like that. Where I'm at, she is dealing with, like, and this is in the flap of the book, she's dealing with illness within her family, and it's hard to read. Like, I guess trigger warning for, you know, serious illness with family. You know, if that's, because she's not just, it's not just like, oh, hey, this person is not doing well. It's, this person is not doing well, and you have to drop what you're doing to go and help support that situation and help take care of them. And yeah. So that is a bit hard to read, hard to watch, but it also helps the reader really connect with her, because sometimes when you're reading a romance, the stakes aren't really high enough. I think that Helen Wong has done a really good job of making the stakes high enough so that the true, like, fleshed out personality of the characters comes through, so that you really care about the romance aspect of it because you care about the other parts of that person. So I'm really great with that. My understanding is that Helen Wong feels a real deep, herself, the author, feels a deep connection to this book because she feels like it represents parts of her more. And so knowing that also sort of affects my reading of it, because I'm like, okay, I want to see what she means by that. So it kind of propels me into it. Because I think at this point, Helen Wong is an auto-buy author. So anyway, I just wanted to come in and film a real quick clip and, you know, hopefully finish up this vlog. Eventually. My vlogs keep just carrying on. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Hey, so last night I finished The Heart Principle. Which is like, I woke up and I got myself some coffee, a little iced coffee, and took my medication and was like, I need to talk about this book. I finished it like curled up in bed, so I didn't get up and film the thing. I gave myself a chance to like sleep and also, you know, I guess digest, what I was reading. So The Heart Principle. I was enjoying it all along. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads. I would say it's more like a 4.5. So, some thoughts. This is not as romancy as Helen Wong's other books. It's a bit more hard-hitting, and I enjoyed it. But then again, I enjoy something that's, you know, hard hitting. So I think that there might be some out there who are like, look, I wanted some fun, sexy times, you know, sort of like the romance, like more like the romance genre type, where there are some stakes, right? Or else, like, who cares? But it's not as emotional, I guess. Like, you're not as emotionally invested. This gets you emotionally invested. I didn't, like, so anyway, I didn't cry or anything. I generally don't when I read. I will, like, kind of go, make faces, but I'm just not a crying person. That's just something I don't do a whole lot of. But, I did, like, I felt, so, like, one character I wanted to kind of, like, talk about is, like, well, just the family in general. Like, so, this is less romance and sexy and fun times and more about, like, growth, and not just for Anna, who is the female protagonist, but also for Quan. Although Quan's his trauma has happened and he's recovering from it. In this book, her trauma happens on page, and then her recovery is towards the latter part of the book. But both of them go through, like, growth, and that's important. One of the things that kind of got to me was her family, specifically her sister. Holy crap. I wanted to, like, enter the book and, like, slap her sister. And, yeah, but then again, so I am the oldest sister in, like, my nuclear family. Like, I'm the big sister. So I could see some of myself in the sister, which was a little frightening, but then some of how she behaved was really harsh, and it broke my heart. Like, I hated it. And another thing, and I've talked about this here and there, is there is, you know, autism rep in the book. Helen Wong likes to include autism rep in her books. You saw that in the Kiss Quotient. You saw that in the Bride Test. So you do see that here also, in case you were wondering. And I have a child with autism spectrum disorder. I don't always talk about it because, yes, there needs to be acceptance. Well, like, in the beginning, awareness, like, hey, this is something that's happening. And now, like, we're more aware, and now we're moving toward, like, acceptance, and inclusion, okay, in our society as far as autism spectrum disorder. I don't always talk about it because I am not the one with that diagnosis, and I feel conflicted because I want to share my experiences, but I also don't want to share someone else's personal business. Medical, mental, you know, like, I don't want to share someone else's personal business. So, yeah, I have a child with autism spectrum disorder. So when I read books or see movies that deal with that, it hits different. It does. Like, how can it not, right? And so, and a lot of times, like, having lived so much, like, living someone's whole life and going through the things that you go through when you're helping that person do things and get a diagnosis and such. But like, you're very emotionally attached, and you learn a lot about it. Like, I was telling someone, not like it's been happening for years. Sometimes I can, like, look around in a public space and go, you know, or I'll see someone having a meltdown and I'll be like, yeah, I think they got overstimulated or you know, something. So, that doesn't mean I'm not a doctor or anything, but when you're highly involved in something, sometimes you become acutely aware. So, Anyway, so yeah, like, I think because of my personal experiences, the book hit different. Like, just as all of Helen Wong's books hit me some kind of way. So, yeah. Like, it was kind of a given for me to enjoy it, but like this one was just like, wow, like I couldn't put it down. Like, the last 50 pages, I was at the book's mercy. I needed to finish. I needed to get to the end to see how it all worked out. And so, yeah, the other thing I'll mention, and like why I did, like, I'm gushing and you're like, why didn't you give it 5 stars? One of the reasons I didn't give it 5 stars is because I don't think that the story was very balanced as far as the male protagonist and the female protagonist. And I'm not saying that one or the other is like more important, but he didn't what was going on with him didn't hit as strongly. He was a little bit more like sort of like a flat, there he is for his purposes sort of thing. Like, I think Helen Wong tried, but it just didn't come through as much. And so, yeah, like, that's a little bit of a critique, because I really like Kwon based on having met him in the other books. And so I was really excited to like hear his story, and it includes him. He's very much there, but I feel like more could have been done with the particular issue that he was trying to get over. So, and then, and I think part of what makes the book, like, going back to like the book being impactful itself, is the author's note at the end. Holy crap. So, yeah, I had heard that this book touched closer to Helen Wong's actual life. Like, she wrote more of herself into this. And, yeah, reading the author's note, yeah, she really wrote, like, more of herself, I think, in this. So, to me, that's another reason to have read the book. So, yeah, so what I would say, if you're just a casual romance reader, this is not very casual. It's more hard-hitting. If you are triggered by especially like family conflict, family disorder, like, you get some resolution in the end, but the way the family dynamics for like a good chunk of the book was just... it was hard. Also, like, debilitating illness. There's some of that in here, and those descriptions are really hard to read too. So, just, I guess if you pick this up, if you haven't read this and you pick this up, you need to have read the other two, because I really think that if you read them, I think you could kind of read them out of order, but like, because I mean, you see a few characters from the other books, but it's I don't know, it's not that big of a deal. But you don't understand, you wouldn't have as much like, there's not enough character development of Kwon himself in this book. You need to see his interactions with the characters in the other 2 books in order to really appreciate him. But I do recommend this, but I, like, be wary if you are triggered by some of these things. And so, like, because there's points where I was like, oh my gosh, it was like wrenching my heart. My heart. So, yeah, there's that. But yeah, so thanks for watching this vlog. My vlog, like, I always start a vlog and I'm like, I'm gonna make it so wonderful, and I'm gonna film this and this and this, and then I start filming and I take forever to read my books, and I don't get all the B-roll that I think I should get, so oh well. But anyway, thanks for watching this mess. I'm sure I'll film another mess. If you like my content, be sure to like and subscribe. If comment down below, like, what do you think about, like, Helen Huang's writing? Have you read, like, The Kiss Quotient or The Bride Test? Have you read The Heart Principle? I've kept this non-spoilery, so please don't put spoilers in the comments. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I guess I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!